everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie. It is dropped on Netflix. It's called The Vanishing and it is starring Gerard Butler, Peter Mullen, Connor Swindle, and this movie, it is directed by Christopher Niall Holmes. So when I saw this movie, it is gonna drop on Netflix starring Gerard Butler, I was actually really excited for this movie. I thought this name is so interesting, The Vanishing, and overall movie's plot sounded definitely interested that I was excited to see. But unfortunately, this movie, before I go to my overall thought on this movie, I want to say this movie's acting is really good. The performance from Peter Mullen, who we have seen him Westworld, many other things. He's such a good actor, and in this movie, he was so good. So was Gerard Butler, of course. If you have seen in Gerard Butler in other thing, how he is, and I feel like he really was good in this movie too, and so is this Connor Swindle. He was also really good. But this movie's overall plot, which is, I get it. This movie was trying to do and show us that human drama, how human mind work. But unfortunately, this movie is not like a slow burn or slow pace, anything like that. Like, this movie does move quickly. But this movie does feel like really slow. Like nothing was happening on screen, I felt like. So in this movie, you see these three lighthouse keepers. They arrive in this island, and one day they find this guy with this chest. And inside the chest, they find these gold pieces. And when he find him, at first they thought he was dead. But this guy, turns out he isn't dead. And he attacked them, and the third guy, he had no choice but to kill him. After killing him, they find this chest with the gold. After that, this movie, the direction this movie take is really not believable at all. Come on, people. These people, they found this guy. He came out of nowhere and with this gold chest. Nobody knows he was in this island. Nobody knows. Why you guys could not just buried him somewhere and take the gold and leave the island? No, instead of that, Peter Mullen's character, he suggests that we just keep this gold, but we don't use it, or we don't spend or anything like that. We just he said, we're not gonna spend this gold until 1 year. I'm like, are you kidding me, people? That doesn't make any sense. Especially when you sit down and think about the plot, nobody really knew that he was in this island. His boat could have gone anywhere. After those two people also comes back and start looking for him. And they have to kill those two people too. But after killing those two people, these three lighthouse keepers, they start losing their mind in this movie. This movie, the first act, we see Gerard Butler character. He's really friendly with Connor Swindler characters. I don't know why suddenly they become so odd at each other. I get it. He killed a guy, so he feel all this guilt. But this movie's third act is really ridiculous. When you watch it, you are like, okay, this movie was trying to tell us the human guilt, paranoia, and greed, but it didn't do good job, I would say. Although I really like the atmosphere it created for the audience, and the location, you really feel it, and the acting is so super. But overall, when you finish watching this movie and you sit down and think about it, it will not make sense that much. You are like, oh, why could have not just they left the island? Nobody knew the gold was there, right? That's why I felt really frustrated with this movie, because while I really because at the end of the day, it is very interesting plot here. It is definitely very engaging, that you do want to keep watching where the story going. But I feel like the first act didn't set up enough for you to believe overall how the last act ended. Especially Gerard Butler character, the way his character ends, I was like, what? And overall, that is what I thought about this movie. So let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.